which is the composition of both teams. And just to touch on it briefly, because I feel like we spoke about this so many times. None of those teams have Jet, Raze, or Neon. And this is the biggest problem that I see with those compositions, because they don't have the way of creating space. And because of that, you have a problem with crossing this line. Like, those two lines are death boxes, essentially. Like, going through those choke points is a death sentence unless you have something that will be a plan to break the crosses, break the position of the defenders, make sure that they just don't spam you in that small choke point. And typically that is, that is not really that complicated when you try to do that, because if you go to, I opened development, when does not, here we go. Wait, that's not this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. So if you go, it's when you have a Jet, it's super simple, because you go, oh, dude, I'm gonna cloud burst and I'm just gonna dash. And that's enough in almost every single scenario to already have an open space, because you side dash, you check one corner, and then your teammates know what to do, right? And you're hard to kill. You can also like updraft and then dash on top of Jenny, which I think is actually worse to do, because it's easier to kill you, because you need to updraft first and then you need to dash into a further position, and you also have to be on top of Jenny, which makes you easier to kill because you're in the last positions, right? So but that's when you have Jet, and those teams don't have Jet, right? Liquid has a Phoenix, and a Phoenix would have to rely on using the wall to cut off, like, for example, like, I cannot bend it, right, in Valorant. No, I can't. Wait, let me use it something different then. Like, a Phoenix can do a wall like this, for example, so they can check the right corner, right, and then still like go through with a pop flash somewhere, you know, and like create space this way. But they still have to go through this choke point, so that they can be scanned, right? They have to rely on the pop flashes, and the flashes from Phoenix are not allowed to like flash those people here, because they don't have really that range of when it comes to like getting a good angle of them, like when you make a comparison to KO or Euro flashes. You know, so there's a lot of differences, and that might be one of the problems that those teams, Liquid, will have, because they rely too much on flashes to create the space for themselves, right? To just make people go away from the corners that they will hold. So if the opponents will just hold nice corners against the flashes, so they will not get pop flashed every single time, or just one player will get pop flashed, they will still hold it. And now for OpTic though, they have completely different composition. They rely on getting informations and picks, because they get triple initiator, right? They have Fade, Sova, and KO. I don't think you will see a lot of 5-man pushes or like 4-man pushes with a lurker through mid or something with OpTic, because that's just not how the composition works, unless you have a Victor ultimate, which is essentially almost identical, quote unquote, with the pistol, to Scream's ultimate, which is like, it gives you the man to go forward first. Scream's ultimate is cheaper and better to do, but that doesn't have the other upside of destroying the utility, right? Or sorry, denying the utility. So yeah, those are the biggest difference. Rixo, thank you much for the 23 months. Welcome back, brother. Thanks so much for the continuous support. Let's go into the match. Let's see how the pistol round goes. It's Liquid on defense, and OpTic starts with a 3-1-1 setup. Actually, it's a 2-1-1-1 setup, so it's a default essentially. We see Mouth holding A, we see Sova holding bottom mid, we see Chamber holding short, and then two players trying to make a little bit of space in B and get a little bit of info. And this is why this composition kind of works, because when you have three agents that have such a powerful ability to gather info in the beginning of the round, you can just wait 40 seconds, right? You get the first usage for free, essentially. You gather some informations, maybe get a pick because of this utility, and then you go forward. And that's why it's so powerful. Oh, Jesus, that's loud. I mean, it's OpTic and Liquid. So as you can see, the beginning is already like very, very explosive. and the opponent's already rotating, even though it's only 2 players. It's Fade and KO doing 2 utility pieces on B main, and Sova is doing the bottom mid with the recon, and players are already rotating. Liquid is already rotating, thinking it's a hit. You see this? Dude, Dima has a... I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Dima, I think, is very, very uncomfortable on controllers, and he has a case of philititis. Like, not gonna lie. You know? Like, it's his smokes are super awkward, almost always leave a gap or leak, and he does them so slowly.
We've seen some utility as they contest the control of B main. Team Liquid have Solkas on the other side. A Prowler's detected some enemies. They know now that that space is being taken.
OpTic didn't get anything from the default setup.
Instead, they're going to look elsewhere, try to spot out mid, make sure there's no aggression coming through. But here's the reset, and here's the push to come in right afterwards.
Nice usage of Soulcast utility to just make sure that this is not a fake. Really like that. And Soulcast just ins. Soulcast just ins. Also, look at the smoke from Omen. I'll show you something. Look at this. Just look at the space. I literally think what happened, I don't believe that Soulcast called for a leaking smoke, right? Because I don't think that was the plan. But Soulcast literally went into the smoke because it's leaking so much. I'll be honest, I'm putting my hand on my heart. I think Soulcast wanted to compensate for the bad smoke and just inted because of that. I'll be honest with you. I think that's what happened. That'll be my assumption because this is so weird.
Oh, he's got him.
And look how they go into the smoke, and they're already on site and they're still not visible. See how much space they got for free? It's actually crazy. And look at those smokes. They're almost perfect.
Completely under the control of this attacking side. The flash has come through.
Nice flash.
Has just domed out Victor, and they've been able to reclaim this much faster than you might have expected. But look at the push through of Finesse.
What is Doma doing though?
And they've been able to reclaim this much.
What is this positioning? He's just checking market with no one looking lane. Like, this is some massive miscommunication.
Oh, what a push by Crashies! Recovering the advantage, keeping the numbers in play for OpTic, and he's resetting. He might even do it again. There he comes! And well,
really like the way that Crashies actually uses mobility with the classic, just to make sure he's essentially another drone. Like, this is so cool. See this kind of movement? He's essentially a drone that also shoots random bullets. That was very nicely done. But again, I think OpTic relies so much on first blooding on attack. It's like default setups, you know, and just getting first blood. Yeah, let's go, you know. So we're gonna see if this is a pattern. But now they already got the first one. The opponents are on defense. What the hell? Scream is going for shields and Sheriff. No flashes. No wall.
this guy was doing a lot of that with the...
I hate this. Look at this. Nivera, no flashes. No grenade. No flashes. No C's. No prowlers. No trap. So, from my perspective, this is a huge mistake. Like, okay, Phoenix goes for the armor and sheriff because, I don't know, he wants to aim diff, right? But this thing, this, and this, I consider a mistake. Because if the team actually gets a kill from Phoenix, and maybe he gets a gun, and he committed so much towards like hero diffing people, right? Then you should have the backup utility in case that happens. And this is like 100% mistake for me. Let's pay attention if Solkas, Nivera, and Yampi buy the utility that are missing next round, and also what Scream does with his cash.
As well, the value found on Bind on those long peaks, shutting down demons.
And also OpTic built 5 weapons.
Just looked so
I like that very much. Also, but I dislike the fact that Chamber, Yay in this case, buys 5 bullets when he has a Marshal. Like, I think this is a mistake. He just sacrificed 750 cash, right? 750 cash to buy additional bullets when he already has 3 bullets and a Marshal. I think this is overcommitment so early in the game.
Especially when you consider how map number 1 went opening at this point, because he barely loses.
This guy was doing a lot of that with the Headhunter as well. The value found on Bind on those.
You can rewind the VOD, my friend, and rewatch it. Easy.
Right off the rip. It just looked so good.
Phoenix is suppressed, so not much info gathered. Fade still has the Hunt. There's one smoke. Omen used the smoke as well. This time Omen smoke is good. There's the paranoia. What the hell is going on, man, in those games? Why is Demo using a paranoia right here?
Through the smoke, a Prowler, a drone, a lot committed, but just one piece of utility back in the other direction, and they slow it all down.
I just hate it. Like, this is like, they have a 3-man setup on a low buy, and the hero agent, which in this case is the Phoenix on this side, is actually waiting for opponents to peek him, and Dima decides to paranoia. So not only he loses a 300 credit piece of utility that he most likely will be missing for the next round, right? Because he already bought a Sheriff. And he also denied the most equipped player the contact play. That is so weird, man. And Yampi just ins mid.
Piece of utility back in the other direction, and they slow it all down.
Like, whoa, Jesus.
The real danger man from this.
And now look at that. And now the 3 stack on A gets no value.
Because of that, there's had to be a little bit more aggression elsewhere. They've lost that mid control. Solkas goes looking into B but spots nothing, and now they're going to start lurking back in this direction.
See? And all of that, all of this happens just because Dimasic used the paranoia. All of this happens just because of Dimasic paranoia. OpTic just gathers informations, they get the info, they use they see the utility, and they just go away into the different direction, which they weakened already.
His life here, and instead he gets the info.
Yeah, but as he falls back, you know, these guys are hot on his tail. They've seen exactly where he went to. Shock darts on the way, pre-fires.
Yeah, and now the 3 players on A that had a stack and they were ready for a push are doing a retake. So Scream had literally 0 impact with that huge investment.
Or even Dimasic. All 3 of these players capable of flashing you up, but not in this round. With about 2 Sheriffs and a Frenzy, the best play here is probably to try and contain OpTic. You can see that's what they're looking for. Right now,
We'll be paying attention to the utility and equipment that the opponents will have. By opponents, I mean Liquid.
A pretty clean round coming out from OpTic, and he recovered the
Did he pick up a gun? He just didn't pick up a gun. That's a mistake. Victor lost a Spectre, and EA doesn't pick it up. Look, it literally here. It's literally here, and EA doesn't pick it up.
Yeah, a pretty clean round coming out from
Yeah,
OpTic,
they just lose a Spectre for no reason.
Spectre as well. The extra weapon retrieved.
No.
Already online as well for Victor, and the Cosmic Divide also not too far away. So
Like that's another mistake. Look, guys, I'm hypercritical. I'm min-maxing everything, right? And this is like tier 1 Valorant. This should not be happening.
especially going.
All right, look at this. No flashes for Scream. 1 flash for Nivera. There's the trap for Yampi, so that's okay. No paranoia for Dimasic, and no C's for Solkas. But he did buy 2 Prowlers, and Nivera did buy 1 flash. horrible economy planning from Liquid. Not really surprised. Not the first time I see this from them. But it seems like they're not learning anything. Like this is just horrible, by the way. Like tier 1 planning, this is absolutely horrible. Like the paranoia from Dimasic on A literally ruined the game plan that they had, I think, for round 2, and now they don't have a single flash from Scream. They don't have the blind for Dimasic, and they rely on one Nivera's flash.
Means the aggression that you want from Scream and Nivera with the flashes will be gone. Like you can't have those quick swinging peaks that you would normally get.
Hello,
from
are you
those
still
couple of players. So that could really.
I have a question. In an anti-eco, what should be given the higher preference, full util or full shield? In an anti-eco, you mean like a player that is on an eco? I mean, that really depends on the context. Like, there's no way of answering this, like, correctly, you know? Because there's always context of everything. Of agent, of rounds, of teammates. That's just too much. And this is what I said. But remember, guys, Victor is just essentially Phoenix ult. They have a Victor ult, they just run it down. And Scream didn't have any flashes, right? It didn't matter this round because of the Victor ult, but he also couldn't like play around it.
He'll get with an immediate shutdown on Solkas. The trade is as good as you could wish for in a round where OpTic came in mostly without Vandals, and now that's all they've got.
Past the drone. That might be a bit of a surprise, but no, never mind. It's been spotted, and with the cosmic device.
That I also like. I think this flash. Nivera only has one flash, and he does this flash just to flash off essentially one position. Oh shit! What did I do? He essentially does this flash to only flash one position, which is the backside B, like this. This is for backside B and for the drone, so he has nothing to enter the site with. And his teammate is not even close. So he literally went in just because he wanted to dodge the drone, which failed, and now they have zero utility to go onto site. And Dima, one thing I again think is a huge mistake, and I think this is the controller problem. Look where he uses the smoke. This doesn't do anything. Much better utility piece would be putting his smoke to deny the value from the Astro Wall. The Astro Wall is used in this way to make sure that your teammates have a crossfire when someone enters site. And Dima could use his smoke to deny crossfires. He could be using the smoke here. He could be using the smoke here. He could be using the smoke here. He could be just using anywhere on site, just not here, because this doesn't do anything, essentially. This covers only the backside, but everything on site is completely covered, so you can't really enter the site anyway. But if you put the smoke over here, or if you put the smoke over here, or you put the smoke, like, even here, like, imagine if he puts the smoke, this is the central point of the smoke, and he covers the smoke like this. So he covers the Crashes position, right? So he forces Crashes to go away from it or go into the smoke. And then you can isolate that angle by going it from lane, right? Like, there are so many options of what to do here. And this smoke that Dima just did has no impact whatsoever.
The crossfire on the other side is
hello, lady.
Move to try and get back in. In fact, they might just even want to try and hold them out. The fight's awkward. Nivera will get one, but he's desperately low. Has to just look to fade away here and save the gun into the next round. And again, OpTic are going to get off to a flyer of a start.
Really a fantastic round plan. I enjoy the
second round after you win pistol.
But that's not the
and I would always prefer to buy a gun and a full armor than you two.
That level of
on most agents.
Wasn't expected. He barely had time to do OpTic couldn't have 3-0. A team
Scream again going for one flash. I mean, not again. This is actually the first flash he bought. There's massive advantage in economy for OpTic. Solk has no C's.
Liquid are forced to an eco.
Nivera saved, right? Yeah. Okay. So he has no utility. And they're just farming ops for Victor. Very, very similar. No, they actually transferred it to someone, to Crashes. Yeah, to Crashes because he was closer to the ult.
Already though, quite a bit of information gone cornered on the other side, but is patient. And
If Dima put a better smoke and Nivera saved the flash and flashed out the smoke, that would have been a nice play. Yeah, but they used the utility for communication. And Ye just divs the... and just divs Nivera on short.
already, though, quite a bit of
ADSing, going left, right. Pip, pip,
and a peek back in,
and Nivera gets deleted.
those opening dual numbers.
So Scream picks up the rifle.
Now the response
And by the way,
numbers just seem to be in and a peek
look at the positioning. Nivera just goes one-on-one for that peek. Instead of communicating it with his brother, like, come double peek with me. Why not double peek that? Right? They had a chance at killing him. Maybe.
and a peek back in,
Like, the A was held anyway by Omen, and now Scream just picks up that gun,
Now the response
and that's
is
it.
gonna be a tough one. I believe Scream, yeah, he's at least
Do you think more pros need to use ADS like Ye? Yeah, that's something I tweeted about like a year ago, that not many people use ADS correctly or use it at all. And Ye is one that I think like maybe uses it a little bit even too much, but it's better to use it too much than not enough.
something. That's something.
I think it's a huge difference.
But again, we
But
saw this
people
in the last
start slowly to copy Ye, so it's I think it's a good
back on
change.
track.
Is Half Armor a good strat against Vandal operator full buys? You mean in like a team setting? Like it's this... I don't think in this game you should be even asking this question because it's all about utility and chip damage and wall banks and shit and not having... If you have cash to buy full shield and still have a full buy next round, then I think you should go for it.
Back and held for the aggression on B main and on middle. Getting those advantages. Now all that's left is
Dimasic has no paranoia. Did he use it already? Or did he not buy it at the beginning of the round? What the fuck is going on in those matches, man? He literally has paranoia here. And he just used it for zero. Like what? Oh my god, dude. That is horrible.
they got paranoid, fell back and held for the aggression on B main.
I don't think he will have cash for paranoia next round, right, will he?
Now all that's left is to close out the round. The information game is strong. They've spotted both players. They know where the rifle is. They're gonna fall back.
Yeah, I like the call. I really like the call. They see Phoenix with the Vandal. They go like, yeah, go the other way around.
Pushed up on B.
And they hear, look at Ye getting all the info, man. Oh my god. And he gets the rifle as well now.
Dropping right away.
He gets full info. There's one player, CD. They now hear him.
To make college easier.
That's
because
fantastic.
students
Thank
have a
you.
lot on their
But this is not a fun ad. This is not a cringe ad.
Where are we going with this? Three
Yeah,
kills for
dude.
Ye.
I really like how OpTic just calls. Like,
There is a,
it's a little bit low on time, but
seconds. If you can drop the plan,
this is very close call. I like the overall movement on the map, but I dislike the timing. I think the OpTic calls were actually very nicely done this round because they exposed the over peaks from Liquid, and whenever they got the advantage, they just went that way. You know, it's like they know about the rifle on being on A, go B. They kill the rifle rotator from A, go back to A. The only thing that I dislike about this round is the fact that they were very close to actually losing if Dimasic could have killed the
There's a
planter.
chance that he actually drops a spike, but in the end, fairly controlled for OpTic. You're going to have the tour de force almost online on the other side.
I like the VoD reviews very much. This is gold for people like me that like to deep dive in the game, and you're very fun at being critical. Keep it up. Thanks for watching, brother. Had multiple people laugh at me for ADSing on Spectre. Yeah, don't mind them, man.
This is where Liquid really need to
People
make
just
their
have no clue.
stand. This start from OpTic.
ADS on Spectre is fantastic. Just don't spam it fully.
The fact is, this composition from the Liquid side does revolve around a level of aggression, being able to challenge positions on the map. Now, same
Alright. This is a buy. Let's see a Liquid. No flashes, Nivera. Dimasic buys the paranoia, so at least that's something, but he's at 0 cash. Look at the cash from Liquid. They have absolutely 0 spares. Trap on market. Scream didn't buy a single firewall yet. Solkas didn't buy a single C's yet in the entire game. And OpTic has everything. And they're 1 off on Ye which is nice. Crashes is free off, which is unfortunate. So they don't have a initiation in form of any ultimates
Looking to try and take an early challenge
this round.
on towards shore.
And there it is.
Ooh.
Gumpy winning it out. Navarro up close.
So
He's gone
I
for a
think this is actually a little bit awkward from OpTic because they have 3 players here coming in on A, and Ye peaks as
Has
first.
the operator for this
Let me
round.
check.
Looking to try and take an early challenge
We're not gonna see it.
on towards shore.
He just, I think he just jump peaked. Yeah, he jump peaked. Look at this. He literally jump peaked, and Yumpy gets him. See the aim being so high? He either flicked to it, we don't see it. Oh, we actually see it, never mind. I'm stupid, I'm just looking at the minimap all the time. He flicked him.
And there it is. Gumpy winning it out. Navarro up close. He's gone for a risky peek with the man advantage as well.
What
That's a
are those
costly loss. They
angles,
at
man?
least trade it back.
They just go
But
one
he
by
still
one.
leaves Demasig for a while alone. Luckily, Yumpy's cleaning up those mid-fights, and as Victor emerges, there's 2 players ready to fight. They've dropped Demasig.
Didn't like the way OpTic played this round.
And they'll slip underneath the door, even throwing some
It's very nicely movement done by the FNS movement is fantastic because he uses the utility while the doors are closing, so people think that they're still on site. Fantastic. They just ate that and swallowed and said thanks. Oh my, they got both hits, right?
But he's got the 1v1. The man he's up against is Scream. And he's getting the orb. Scream will get it just in time. And now he's got his ultimate to play with.
It's actually unfortunate that he went through market because he could have went through CT, but he was very worried about getting killed by the second player.
Knowing there's a high chance that Scream is going to be able to play with that ult to give him a chance to take him out for free.
Hired an aim coach, has his own Discord, was very active on Reddit. He told me to never ADS, showed him your video. He said you have no clue. That was my last lesson with him.
All the way back in towards the market.
It's funny because I can understand how people are just trying to ego me, you know? Like, I have no pedigree, like I wasn't a decorated pro player in FPS and so on, and I'm not a great aimer. But I know theory. But to discredit like players like Ye, it's like, okay, bro.
Smart position to hold from. A spot unlikely to be checked, and maybe even a free kill coming through on the other
He even ulted from...
side. The ult through.
What
this could actually
the
be very dangerous. If Cream doesn't find him, he
fuck?
can just go back. He's going to wait for him. This is brilliant from Victor. He's waiting to get that final kill, and I think Scream has made the realization. He's going to knife him to get them their 5th
Also,
final kill, and I think
the
Scream
angle from which Scream ulted, like this, is pretty fucking terrible. Let's say the player, he has no clue about the player, but he's ulting from this location. That means that the player from, like, if he's holding from market, or if he's even standing in this corner, he literally sees the body. Because the angle is so wide. The difference between ulting from here and ulting from here is night and day. You know? Please keep the chat in English, thank you. So, like, this is another, like, min-maxing thing that I think is, like, a huge difference. Like, I like the ult being used. That's fine. But using it from that angle also makes it a just really bad ult.
embarrassment for Scream and elation for Victor.
One of the smartest plays we'll see from that 2vx. The duels chipping away, the door closed, the utility up top, the sneak through, and even that op shot, 99-1. It connected onto Victor with the body and the 9-1 utility.
5th round, final kill, and I think he's going to wait. Side the ult through. This could actually be very likely to be checked, and maybe even
Wait, what do you mean?
Orthodox.
Isn't in play with, and he's getting the orb. Scream will get it just in time, and now he's got his ultimate to play with.
Oh yeah, and then he took the orb, yeah. But that's he still doesn't know if he goes through mid or through B main.
Plays we'll see.
Like he still doesn't have info if it's gonna be B main or mid. So it's like either market or B main. Those are the only two options when he takes the orb.
Connected onto Victor with the body and the position of the shot, saving him so he could clutch it out.
Should have cleared market, not side.
That is one of the best plays that we're gonna.
There's, it's easy to say when you know when the opponent is playing, but like you kind of have to risk it, you know. It's like all depends on how do you do it, but I just dislike the way that he ulted. That's it.
The impact is massive.
Oh, Yumpy's angry. Yumpy is angry, but it's only going to be the one.
But why? This is such like what the fuck? He goes 1 for 1. That's a huge disadvantage for defense.
For a trade out of a tour de force, not really worth it.
Yeah, it's so funny that Tom says this. Like, this is not worth it. They can't retrieve the gun. They just lost the trap in mid, and they lost the highest value player right now because of the ultimate. Like, okay, bro.
The main threat they had in this round.
Literally, Tom says it.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that Ares, man. The reveal comes up, you're going down. But no, obviously the tour de force was the.
If you backstab someone with the right click, it's double damage in the back. So it's 75 times 2, so it's 150.
Point man in this. And this is what we talk about with teams that save that tour de force for one of these rounds. Obviously, this one's more how it panned out, but we do see it at times where teams save it multiple rounds, play it on an eco, and if you go down, teammates can't pick it up. But now they can look to pick up advantages elsewhere, and Scream has the perfect timing. These players are sneaking their way in. He'll get one for free. Damage done. And here could be the reward, the follow through. The Ares not landing the shots. Still some damage done by it. VA left on a sliver of health.
Nice. They're just playing so well. I really like the way that they take the angles. They play a little bit defaulty, so they can be punished by the overpeaks from Liquid.
He's only on 8
But
HP, but no gun, currently out.
they can be everywhere. They have no map control, and Dimasik decides to just go loudly with a knife out.
And Dimasik will go down once more to El Diablo. They're rotating to the other side of the map again.
OpTic just finding everybody. I mean, it's not hard to find everybody when they just decide to fucking run next to you with no gun out, you know?
As of Liquid, and Monavera might be able to get one.
Oh, let's play. That hurts. At least they'll detect 2 here. He's even gotten the tour de force pop out of Ye. That's that. The round closed. And
I think Liquid Mental went boom after the start of game 3. I don't think that's like this is just the typical Liquid.
Unless I'm wrong, I think the crowd might be starting to get behind OpTic a little bit, and it's hard not to.
Dimasik again with no paranoia.
He's a fickle beast. If you watch
got a crowd of GBs out there.
If you watched in Copenhagen, a lot of Fnatic fans.
Why Ye used the ultimate? Then he started the round with the ultimate?
Playing with the El Diablo. They're
Oh shit, he didn't use it at the beginning. When did he use it? He used it here. What the fuck? Had to be misclick. Had to be misclick. And that's a huge misclick. Losing an ult like this. Fortunately, they build up economy, but this is a huge mistake.
People took off their jackets. Sat there in plain t-shirts. Yeah, dude, I came here for FBX. Yeah, I think
Huh? They used C's and the molly to stop the potential push before the ult hits. I really like that. I like that. It stopped the 5-man push with Victor, but instead of the 5-man push, OpTic goes for a 3-1-1 to just... Like, they kind of tried conditioning with one round of the opponent because of the Victor ult, right? So if the Victor ult is on, they typically would rush 5B main or 5A main, right? That's what you would expect. But instead of doing that, they do it with 3 players, and then FNS and Ye are guarding mid and A.
A few of the crowd switching as well.
His ult is still on. And the smoke is ultra bad, by the way. They ulted this entire side. One guy is tagged, but that's it. Yeah. They tried faking it out with the second ult. Not that I don't really like that shit. I don't really like that shit. Liquid didn't bite at all. And I think that's the way that teams are using the Fade ultimate is just... It's so rare to see that just push in. Like, I feel like the ult is just has so much value, man. It's such a good ult if you just cascade on it. And people are trying to be cute with it and just fake. I don't like that at all. I think the raw power of it should be just a can opener for a site, you know? And I understand that it's cute to go for like the deafness, you know, and that's it. But yeah, I don't like that. And many teams are doing that shit.
OpTic can try to pincer into B. At least that's what Liquid are thinking. But they've still waited away on short this whole time. That's been spotted now, though. Oh, Demon6 points back, and Ye is just too
even if Ye doesn't kill him, look how how FNS is holding with Ye. Look at this. He goes in, and he's ready for the trade. Demasic misses the shot on Ye. Ye kills him. But even if Demasic kills Ye, FNS most likely kills Demasic because of the angle. And that will be still beneficial for the attackers.
Individual skill of this man, unmatched within the server. And while Yumpy, the last time he had an operator, he was...
It's Marv, sorry, FNS plays Fade, my bad. Doesn't matter, but the Fade sorry, the Astra is behind it. Whoa!
Half HP or less, and it is easily countered by Ye. In fact, Finesse also holding those flanks. Liquid are being obliterated right now on screen. The only man that stands in their way from the half already being won.
Absolute masterclass from OpTic on this attack side. Set player that's if a play, it's Liquid.
Dum. Again, low buy for Liquid. 3 ultimates. No C's for Solcas. He goes for the Stinger. For the Spectre. Yumpy goes for Headhunter bullets. Not a single wall being bought by Phoenix. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think we're gonna see a single flame wall being bought by Scream this entire game.
Yeah, they're attempting something here, but Victor, no trouble for him whatsoever. The aggression of Nivera once again.
No one goes in, by the way. Oh Jesus.
Cześć, ja nazywam się
Siema.
Sławek i dzisiaj pokażę wam, jak pracujemy w ergonomę. Zapraszam.
Siema Sławek. Wow. Oh wow. Memes from 2006. Why is he picking alone like this? Ah, because Omen is not even close to him.
At least as far as this map goes.
No, he flashed Omen. He literally flashed Omen, I think. So Omen wasn't even close to trade him or anything. Oh my. Okay, that's nice. That was a nice peek.
He hasn't had the most success, but bear in mind, every time something like that has happened, pressure from OpTic comes out elsewhere.
Last round he has TP ready, but he didn't use it. Yeah, oh Yumpy. Yeah, Yumpy is how do I explain that? I think Yumpy might be the worst best player he is. I don't think he is. I don't think he's flexible in a way he plays his agents. I think he doesn't think about the way to utilize the utility properly with his agents, and you can see that in the past history. Like, you could give him the benefit of the doubt when he started playing Valorant, and he was like on Jet, and he had like Vandal, and he goes updraft dash with a Vandal, no smokes. Or I literally remember on Bind on short, he was behind the truck, he peeked from the truck towards the side, he went dash updraft, and he's in the middle of the fucking sky with a Vandal out. But you could have said like, oh yeah, okay, well, he's kind of new to Valorant, you know, you can do dumb stuff like that. But he's already playing the game for a very long time. And you can see that he's just not comfortable with like being creative, you know? He has insane aim. But sometimes he just like kind of turns off his brain and be like, bro, and he goes in and just dies. Not sometimes, very often, you know?
But that was a mistake where two players are caught with utility out. Now the rifles in the same position for Ye, the same aggression.
Yeah, he's just gathers mid so many times. Woo!
It's not going too badly with the trades at least.
But Ye got just the perfect positioning.
Just having snuck into spawn.
Oh!
Expected or not.
I'm 100% certain that Ye got that kill with an ADS because he was just moving with ADS open. Let's see if it's gonna be in a replay.
On your side, being able to lurk through mid, do so much damage, and survive. At least in the majority of rounds.
Okay.
Looking to get close.
The majority of he's 13 and 1, Tom.
That's the majority.
It's just what he died once.
That's the majority. It's not all.
A break.
It's not all round.
Survived that round with like 3 kills on 8 HP. Like, the man's closest thing to a Terminator I've seen. Unless we've got a vat of lava, I don't think we're getting rid of this guy. See if they can at least grab an exit. The players waiting.
It was molten steel, Mitch, not lava.
Wants to make it costly for OpTic. Way, shape, or form.
Sit back down. Sit back down.
Yeah, go to the spike. It's not worth facing. Yeah, you're not getting that kill. You don't want to give him.
Is it possible to have some clues on when to use ADS? Like,
just an absolute desolation.
ADS is fantastic on guns that have not the best first bullet accuracy. Vandal's a great example. You can just hold it, like just like he does, you know? It's like, wait. Ah, no ADS, unlucky. The thing is with ADS is that if you're committing to a gunfight and it's like over 30 meters, ADS is probably the play. If you're trying to be cute with like one taps and thing, you can also like time it like peeking out, ADS, one bullet, go back. You know, it's like you don't want to press ADS for too long because it stifles your movement. It's like there's so many angles of how can you use ADS. But in general, if you play Spectre, by the way, if you play Spectre, you should ADS almost every time above 20 meters. Because the gun is just dog shit after above 20 meters.
The thing is though, at the moment,
C's flame combo, but yeah, it's not even like comboed well together because it's not like, okay, like C's goes here, this goes here, and the people that are C's can just be in this area here and they just not get affected. That is very weird.
They're up against an unstoppable force. C's down early will at least force EA back, but look at them. So many players on that B.
I started using ADS and Spectre's accuracy, big improvement. Awesome. Wait, how did they get that read? Let me check this. I want to check this because this is very interesting. How did they get the read on the stack on B? Fade and Phoenix are using utility from bottom mid. So that's the first read. But they're not pushing mid, so they're going back towards market. And then the dagger doesn't get anything on A, and the Hunt doesn't... Yeah, okay, that's why. Very nice call by OpTic. Very nice call by OpTic. Like, it was like a little bit of a gamble, because the players from bottom mid could have gone back like here. But I think it's a correct assumption if this doesn't get anything, this doesn't get anything, that the site is clear. like, and it's like a B stack, like a very nicely done.
We are already having the Nightmare coming through. The Nightfall, excuse me, as the Nightmare attempts to take them, but Scream got caught. Trades are good, but for the ulti that was committed, I think they want a bit more. Dealing with the players on site doesn't look too easy either. There's just no inch being given.
What the fuck is Scream doing?
Dealing with the players on site doesn't look too easy either.
Look at this. Let me just go out with my flashlight in hand.
NANI?
Look. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck, man?
Inch being given, damage done again and again, and they fail to find anything. 9-0. Liquid have no credits left. And
Like, it wasn't flash position. He just peeked before even flashing. Look, he just didn't click it.
Being given, damage done again and again, and they fail to find anything.
He has the wall bot. That's the first. I actually ignored that. I actually ignored it. Yeah, he had a wall. He could have done like retaking with a Phoenix wall is actually not that bad. Am I still in the custom map? Yeah, I will show you something. Like, I don't really play Phoenix, right? But let's say I'm a Phoenix main, and I want to find like a way of making a retake, and I have a wall, I have a gun, like I have everything, right? And I have to try because otherwise my team is fucked. I can almost think that there should be a way for a wall to make this retake easy, right? Right? Like, what if I do this? I got a little bit of space, and now I can flash like this. And be prepped for better angles. Right? Or I can just flash like this. Wall like that. Get the angle here, drop down here. Right? Does this go like this? Yeah, this doesn't go like... yeah. Yeah. That's helpful. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Okay. That helps with a fucking retake. Right? This is actually pretty good. You are not exposed to anything. You want to cover this angle here as well, right? So you just do this. Jump up, wall up, and you can go down while flashing the main. And you're covering the biggest problems, which is this and this. Again. Right? This helps a fucking a lot. Anyway. Curve the wall, isolate the fights on main and hell. You can't really do that because the wall, if you do it from behind the wall, the range of the wall is just way shorter, right? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. I mean, this is actually not terrible. You're still exposed here, so this is a problem. Like, I don't like this because you're still exposed. Maybe you can do it better. You could crouch like this, which is not bad. I think if you crouch, you can actually isolate the angles. But I feel like, look, I think the simplest one was just straight, flash, go in, try to kill, drop down, isolate, and like try to do anything with it. Like just not that. Just not what Phoenix did. Like just not peek out with a flash in the hand.
It's already out of their control. How does this map look so much better for OpTic than Bind?
That would require people to practice agents, not aim. True, true.
A map we were terrified for Liquid on. We said they didn't have a chance over there, but when it came to Ascent, Tom, oh, yeah, they look so much better on this map.
Hello, Divuska.
Not this time. time.
Yeah.
Team Liquid, the Sentinels of EMEA.
They're gonna have to start really questioning whether they play Ascent.
Just don't play
I mean, I never liked the way that G2 played. I never liked the way that Sentinels played. I never liked the way that Liquid played. It was just so personal, like so. How do I explain that? So based on personal aim and just personal outplays.
Good way.
It's actually kind of crazy that you see that players are just getting completely outplayed now because they just are not innovative. They just rely too much on fucking aim.
Throughout this year, once again, showing their dominance to the world, showing they're not going anywhere.
But they've shown their dominance to the world time and time again. But versus EMEA, less than
Yeah, very
10%
individual
of the
focus. I
time
like
they
that
won't cross the
description.
line.
Thank you. I'll help you
1
out a
to
little
10
bit.
is their record.
Yeah, that's the map record as well. And in terms of series, hasn't happened for them.
And now here they stand, already doubling up those numbers, and with a 9-0 lead versus Sheriffs, things are looking fantastic. And the last round was high pace, okay? That was quick. Forget that round. Think about the rest.
Really
of
like the
game.
fact that
They had such a controlled pace.
Marved
Like,
is not
yes,
really
when they
using
go
a
for
smoke
pushes,
on
they
heaven.
can be all out aggressive,
He's just like,
they
fuck
can
it,
have
that smoke is not
victory
really
on,
needed.
you know,
I like that
around
approach.
with the Sheriff rushing in with his
They
ult. But
smoke
the reality is, in
doors,
most
which is
rounds,
much
this is
more
how they
needed,
play.
and I like that. I like that approach.
Allowing you to make a mistake, and when you don't, they're going to force you to make one.
Smoke down, but on the other side, the cosmic dividing. Soulcast does manage to get himself. Whoa! Pistol from Navira! Dividing.
Force you to make one.
The fuck?
Smoke down, but on the other side, the cosmic dividing. Soulcast does manage to get himself. Whoa! Pistol!
They're not deaf or anything. They just ignore them.
Navira! How is this looking like the first round they'll win? It is a prime gaming. How is
Why wasn't the door smoked? I don't think Marv had smokes anymore, right?
Soulcast does manage to get.
No, he has 2 stars. No clue. He smoked it before.
Smoke down, but on the other side, the
Wait, he used something else. I think he misclicked. He used something else on the door.
dividing.
What is on Nivera? Yeah.
Get himself.
I think he used a pull on Nivera instead of a smoke.
How is this looking like the first round they'll win? It is a prime gaming flawless out from Liquid as well. Maybe there's a little bit of life left in this team just yet.
Unfortunate, this is the round they lose.
Rounds the best that they can get, but one better than it was looking like we'd see.
He recalled the smoke and just pushed through it.
This
Okay.
play right there, he's seized, but he still makes it. He has that little bit of room, and he just needs that small amount of space. First round.
He recalled the smoke. I think that was a misclick. I'll be honest with you. I think that was a misclick.
Jumpy though already under pressure, some utility thrown through. And again, we're seeing Soulcast just looking to try and challenge into middle. Has a little bit of support from Scream, but
Yo, Rajo, welcome back, brother. 16 months. Welcome back. Long time no see. How you doing? Thank you much for the continuous support, broski.
because of the lurk that's been going through so regularly out of Yay, they've had to actually post players up. However, that Prowler is going to tell them there's at least one here, but they didn't know the other. And actually, it's still Scream to get the kill. The trade, though, is back.
It's still beneficial for the attackers. Still beneficial for the attackers.
They trade kills, they do damage to Scream, and now they're stacked up to take a one-way smoke fading as they attempt to swing the corner. Nivera needs them.
Dude, Nivera literally just won 2 rounds for them.
Team Liquid might just have a hope if they can push to 3, but they need that. They need the pistol. They need more than they've found in the past 30 rounds. This is a tough scenario, with the wind starting to pick up now. The speed of this comeback yet to be determined.
By the looks of it, they need Navira. I think that's the piece of the puzzle that's been missing. 6 kills over the last couple of rounds, 2 before that entirely. Still, though, a chance for OpTic to close this out strong.
They detected 2. KO Omen, and that's a one-way. They're actually gonna go through the one-way. Why not counter it with your own smoke? So, one thing I dislike is like teams just don't try to counter his one ways. Like, let's imagine we're playing we're in this situation, right? Let's imagine this situation. Like if this would be a jet, that would be so easy, but they don't have a jet. But what they could do, right, is there's the one way. Am I able to do this one way? I actually have no clue how to do that. How to do this one way? I think like this. Oh shit. Omen main? Yeah, Omen main. Okay, I think the other one way was a little bit lower. But anyway, there's a one way here. Yeah, it had to be a little bit lower. But anyway, that's this one way, right? You can counter it by using this. It's like, okay, bro. Count it. You can go through. You know? Right. Let me show it from the other angle. Yeah, that's the one way, right? So that's the one way. And now imagine the opponents are doing a smoke like this. Oh, what the fuck? Epic pen. Thank you so much. Let's do it again. One way. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's assume this is the one way, right? But then the opponents are doing a smoke like this. And your one way is countered, essentially, right? And they buy space. They can like go from almost every single angle. And you're fucked a little bit. So you have to like either go into the smoke, right? And they can be waiting for you. Or you go back from this because you lost the space. Right? Like, but instead they went for like using much more utility to achieve more or less the same. That's why jet smokes are just so powerful in countering one ways. Okay, holding on one way. Suddenly. No one way. And you're fucked. And you're like, holy shit, they can actually go through. And from this perspective, you have a free space to take. Like this is a gap that shouldn't be here. But you get the point. Yeah, my Astro Recall would be also good. Like this, look. The way they just try to counter this one way is, but they know that two players holding it, and that probably will only get one, even if one. So that flash maybe gets the other one, but this is two pieces of utility, right? And it's super risky. Like the way they played it is super risky. A one smoke would have done almost exactly the same, and maybe even forced more utility from the defenders.
Mam buty. Sprawdźmy jakieś kody rabatowe.
Hello, Sonata. FNS is one of the ultimate. Did they lose the control of A before, so the orb cannot be there? I think though that Liquid actually played like correctly to just make sure that the opponents are not taking the ultimate from B, but then no one took the A. I don't know. But please, FNS, don't use the ultimate for a fake. Just push with it. I beg you. Just push with it. Just push with it, man. No, it's a fake again.
But they're not going to A. They're faking it out. 3 players there. It means only Demasic to hold, and Ye is seeking him out. 9 for OpTic, and it could be double digits pretty soon. Look at this position. Surely not expected. They actually are! They clear it!
And the spike is only just making its way towards the site. Tour de force now activated. Yumpy gonna get caught. They know that he's coming.
At least got a fast pick of the Fate ult this time.
Oh, revealing area.
First time damage from Phoenix utility.
They know that he's coming from behind.
It's the molly and then the wall.
2 HP almost goes down. And now looking to try and pressure through Scream. He knows.
Oh, he's so fucked. He needs to wide swing this.
Not wanting to give Ye that peek, and he won't connect the shot this time. They have been able to garner some space.
Oh, that's such a clever way of playing. Like, Muffed smoked him off to make sure that the opponents will never check it. They'll be like, yeah, there's no one in city.
Within the smoke, if he gets the timing right, he might be able to win them the round.
That is so smart.
The timing's spread through, and yeah, he's going to be the one alongside him to close it. We've heard of a 9-3 curse. We've heard of OpTic's curse versus EMEA.
Akil, thank you much for the 4 months. Welcome back, brother. Thank you so much for the continuous support.
Comes out of it 19-3 in the first half. It is hard to argue against the green wall sweeping over EMEA. NA looking fantastic. Is there any hope from the analyst desk?
I think the teams think the Fade ult is so good, but they wouldn't fake it. So maybe it's FNS mind games. It's literally every team. It's literally every team that I watch. They're like faking with the Fade ultimate, but that's like faking with Breach ultimate. Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much raw power in it. There's really no point. Alright, let's see the buy. Free frenzies for defenders. Interesting that actually Crashes prefers the frenzy over the ghost, because he has the cash for the ghost, but he doesn't go for it. That is really interesting, actually. All of them are in the same position. FNS I can understand because he wants to save 100 cash for more utility, and Victor probably the same. But like for Crashes at 50 doesn't really make any difference.
Pistol needed
Interesting.
For Liquid, something they haven't been able to pull off too many times.
Instant Choctaw to stop an immediate push from B main.
4-1. They are all building up outside of B. Now they've avoided that haunt, which might sell a bit of a nasty fake, but they're just sprinting it, running all the way through, looking to try
That smoke from mouth is not good.
and take these early fights, and they have been spotted making their move.
A pace. Oh, right out the way that OpTic, look. They seemed ready for
Crashes,
Nobody's
value.
off. No one's in no man's land, and they've got double stack up on the site. 2 players ready to take these duels now. A 4v2.
Oh
as
my
OpTic
god,
win every
Crashes.
single one.
What
And the
a
history of
diligence
Team
from
Liquid's
him.
pistols
That was
with
so
4v2s
well
in no
played by
man's
him.
land.
Look
They've got
how
double stack
he
up
has
on the site.
13
2
bullets.
players ready to take these
And yet
duels.
he
Now a
he
4v2.
only clicked like 6 on Phoenix, when typically players would just completely spray and then reload and be killed by that Omen. He controls the gun so well. Like that requires a lot of patience. That's really well done by Crashes. He literally he literally held his entire side by using the arrow in correct timing to make sure that he stops a push or enables kills on the back of the smokes, and that's where FNS gets the kill on Soulcast, and then he holds the entire side by himself by not dying.
Here, 11
That's it.
to 2. Surely that's
Crashes
the final
just
straw for
knows that
Liquid
if he
coming
dies,
into this round.
everything crumbles. So he just
you take
has
the
to
eco,
buy time for as long as
dude,
possible
10
for the
rounds in a
rotation
row
to
is
go
pretty
in.
tough. You don't take the eco, you probably already lost.
Yeah, it's pick your poison. What is the worst case scenario? Well, probably not having a buy at all.
Well, yeah.
So they're just going to have to take the pistols in this one, try and get something done with them. They are a
It's
team
insane how important
known
staying
for their
alive.
pistol play.
Yeah, right? People in ranked never think about that.
Even still, the percentage chance of them stealing this one is low.
Even if he wouldn't kill like neither Phoenix or Omen, him staying alive there and just making sure that he dies in the longest, sorry, in the latest time possible allows his team to probably just make a successful retake.
When it comes to Thrifties, somehow the pistols are a little better in their hands. When it comes to pistol rounds, not so much. Round 14 and OpTic already knocking on victory's door. Sheriffs all around for Team Liquid. Have spread out to look for these advantages. Look for
Scream again goes for the Sheriff small shields.
duels. I think a lot of
I
this-
wonder if he's gonna have any kind of flashes for next round.
Prowler walked by.
Oh my
That's a
god.
decent opportunity
Yeah.
for Yumpy.
Yeah, he gets
Something on
fucked by the
counter.
Prowler.
And OpTic lose a man. Still everybody else running with those fully automatic weapons. And Team
They're just
Liquid will be diving, actually. So it's just Finesse on his own. The
Yeah,
Spectre's gonna have
those-
to put up some numbers, and the timing is so poor.
Those smokes from Mouth are really not good.
Opportunity here. Scream gets spotted.
The only excuse for Mouth is that he uses the same star for pulls and like stuns, you know, because with normal coordination the stun would not have the same impact. The pull would have, but stun would not. But this is like reason why FNS dies is actually this leak. Because Ye already gathered the space and Ye is fast enough to get the kill on FNS. Look.
Just finesse on his
Look where he is. Typically, if this smoke would have been played correctly, right? And it would end here, Yumpy would not be able to stand out here. So when FNS tries to recover and go back to backside, Yumpy would have to go out of main and then will not see FNS and will not kill him. But because of this confidence that he gains from this smoke, he actually gets the kill on him. See? Like, there's no way that someone should be there.
The timing is so poor.
It's been taken out by Yumpy. An opportunity here. Scream gets spotted, but actually it's Yumpy again. He's just
Every single player from OpTic now tried to be a hero, and they all failed.
It's a little bit risky, but Navera gets the kill anyway. Marv now left alone, and he's going to be executed. If there was a hope in hell of this series turning
and this round
around like that, and well, thankfully
fall flat because of double prowlers, that the LOS of the prowlers just fucked over Ye, and then the bad smoke fucked over FNS. Oh wow. Actually this is a good ad because I have to buy my insurance for my car. Thank you for reminding me.
Ja jestem mega zadowolony, polecam.
Fuck me, look at that. After he just sleeps. What the fuck, man? The guy in the first photo had, like, before I had a mask, now I don't. And the other one was like, I had problems sleeping like normally, but now I sleep like a normal person.
The tunnel's still pretty dim. But being able to catch some of these duels, the pace, catching them off guard. To light by. They don't have to rush this to the finish line.
Full save from OpTic. Look at that.
Based on what we saw on Bind, where the
not a single thing being bought from weaponry.
So let's not be silly. The man can still do damage, but Liquid have bought so much into this round. They've just gone straight for rifles. No point messing about here, and well, they're just going to slaughter the players within the B site. An easy take, some confidence built, but ultimately a long way from changing the outcome of this map.
This is a round where Phoenix should be planting, by the way. This is like 100% mistake. Did he gather the orb, by the way? No, because he goes from mid. But this is like 100% Phoenix should be going for the plant. Feed him the orb, get him a 5 out of 6 so he can ult next round.
They're just going to slaughter the players within the B site. An easy take, some confidence built, but ultimately a long way from changing the outcome of this map.
I really think Scream should not be IGLing. He can't really concentrate enough on kills. I don't think this is like an IGL that you think he is. Like, this is not the IGL that you think is like, oh my god, dude. He's like calling everything and micromanaging everyone. That's not that kind of IGL. He just calls something at the beginning of the round and then it's all free for all. I don't believe Liquid has any plan. No, Yumpy's not IGL. Scream is. But I think this IGL is more like, oh yeah, he says something at the beginning of the round.
Extra frustration, considering he still only has a Spectre, although he is going to get a kill for absolutely nothing, and now they're going to go on the hunt. The thing is for Scream...
Yeah, I think not farming orbs in general in Ascent is a big issue. This is why many teams are going for the slower execution plan on this map to farm the orbs, because this, like, defenders on this map don't have good orb placement at all.
Only a second or two left for them to try and kill off this player, and it looks like Marv will be allowed to hold onto the gun.
Yeah, Navera just had 20 HP. He was the closest man to it. If that's your Spectre, sure, he's going to be swinging around that corner just looking for you, W key in the rest of the round, but no point risking an extra rifle for a fight you're probably going to lose. 11-4. So many rounds needed for Team Liquid, but a run it back online immediately. They can use that coming into round 16.
So we have Ye mid with a trap on mid, most likely a dagger to stop the A push, and a Fade Hunt to stop the B push like immediately, right? Because they know about the ultimate from Phoenix. Let's see. There's the dagger. Does it tag Phoenix?
For Team Liquid, though, I don't think they've gotten the value out of these run it backs. I mean,
no, knife got destroyed. Wait, what?
Deciding factor essentially for Team Liquid.
No. The defense knife didn't get destroyed. Just didn't tag anyone. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't see too many of them. The one we remember wasn't pretty. Now again, double up in towards the market. Rifles finally on the board.
I'm also going to look at DRX FPX. No, not today.
For the side of OpTic.
They need a real IGL SAP. Yeah. They know that for the past year.
There's going to be Scream. Just getting ready to go.
Nice flash though.
Well, yeah, he's completely blind.
Scream just fully blinded himself.
There's going to be Scream. Just getting ready to go for the flash.
He just fully blinded himself, man. Or was that flash from Nivera? No. He fully flashed himself, right? I don't see any other flashes that could have done that.
You imagine the point of contact is going to be Scream. Just getting.
He literally what? Am I stupid? Am I missing something here? Yeah, I also think it should be ult then flash, not the other way around. But this is like literally just.
Ready to go for the flash. And well,
What
yeah,
the fuck,
blind,
man?
he hasn't seen him. He's missed him, just sat within the
And no
corner.
one went in.
Spam doing a decent amount of damage as well. And this is all the while Crashy's at the back of the site.
The shot from Ye connects. This guy shut down the run it back, shut down Nivera as well. So much utility.
Did he right click the flash so it hit the wall and flash himself? I don't know.
Evaporating out of Team Liquid's hands.
I don't know, but he fucked it up.
Grenade down.
Doesn't matter much. He fucked it up.
Waiting a
That's
flash
about
to
it.
pop. The swing from Victor could grab information, but he goes into the smoke. Unexpected, and the follow-up from Marv, trading it back and forth, keeping the advantage. What loss now? Ye thought he
Ye
could sneak
never
his way
predicted
in, but
that.
he's been caught.
He
And
never
now
predicted
Liquid
that TP from
given
Dima. That
another
was
chance to
really,
take this across
really
the line to keep
improvised by
themselves
Dima,
alive.
but it actually bought him the timing.
So lucky to be alive. He TP'd into the site and still managed to headshot Ye before he realized the danger man gone. But this wraparound could be everything. Are they even going to expect it? They will now with the
Aw.
steps. Soulcast up close is going to drop another.
Yeah, I think the utility from I think the utility from OpTic here wasn't optimal. The way that Crashes Crashes uses the arrow when the player from main is not even close. See? 1, 2, 3. Now it gets destroyed, and FNS is not even able to like peek onto the side. And then Haunt is not also being used correctly. I feel like the way you want to retake this side is by using the eye and the arrow at the same time. So you know either the position of two players because they shoot at the same time, or you get an actual info because they are not able to destroy two at the same time. And I feel like this is a big problem because now they also peek before this Haunt actually does anything. See? Like this is very disjointed.
Liquid, they come back to make it 5. Still desperately close and a little bit of luck along the way. I want to see that kill out from Demasic again.
This round was a combination of bad play by Liquid, really awkward play by Demasic, but that gets him a kill, and then bad retake by OpTic. It's like a combination of all of those things.
11 to 5. Nice. Another round.
Baba made it after all.
Desk thought it was safe, but
Sport pozwala ci odkryć, na co cię stać.
little did it know. As we said, still so much more to do, but this is where at least a reward will be found right away. OpTic down to pistols, down to lighter weapons, one rifle in play.
Crashes with a shout, Victor with a stinger. FNS Frenzy, Mouthed,
Gonna be taking
Vandal.
a bit of a back foot.
Did he wait.
Made it up.
Did he have cash for himself or
Thought it was so much more safe, but
ah shit. Okay, he had cash for himself.
I'll be taking a bit of a back foot in these early fights. Now, the thing for OpTic, they've had a lot of success with these rounds. They take risks, and this risk on the push into mid is going to allow them to have a very early flank. Already marked the man with the rifles coming behind, but they've managed to root out FNS. Nobody
So funny to
was on
see
the site, but
a flash by Phoenix just for someone else.
be as good as it looks like it will. He's only got the damage for now. The kill at least on the swing, but Ye gets traded. This is not as good as it could have been, but at least he finds another. This is keeping
Over
the hope
peaks
alive,
by
and
Liquid, let's go.
Victor can get a rifle on his way back through.
He was inches away from dropping the spike. The next man around was actually Demasic, but all in all, Liquid not in too bad a spot. They'll remove some utility as well. Victor still has all of his flashes to
Wow,
play with,
they
but he's
don't
gonna
have the
to wait
time,
for him to
right?
come back online.
I feel like
Gonna use
just
the
getting
knife
exit
first, flash over
kills
the top
would
of
be
Link's up.
nicer,
He's
but
completely
no,
blind,
no,
but it
never
doesn't
mind,
matter.
never mind.
Gonna use the knife just to play with, but he's gonna have to wait for them to
That's a
come back
nice flash
online.
though.
Gonna use the knife first, flash over the
Wait. That was Nivera's flash. Wasn't it? Victor didn't even throw him his own. Like he fully flashed Yampi. Or did Victor throw two? Let me check. Ah, Victor has two. Never mind. Never mind. Victor has two.
flashes to play with, but he's gonna have to wait for them to come back
So the
online.
first one, where it goes? Ah, here. Here we go. Here it goes, like here. Somewhere over this wall here to not flash FNS. Mouthed.
Gonna use the knife first, flash over
Yeah,
the
that's
top of
very
the
nice.
jump, he
Too bad that they just
completely
whiffed.
blind, but doesn't
Nice
matter.
effort though.
They're gonna
Although,
connect both shots anyway.
I don't know.
The distance now
I don't know if it
down
was
to
worth
just
it.
5
Like maybe
rounds,
going for
still
exit kills would have been more
starting to
worth.
creep up for either side, and yeah, well, I feel like he's been
Because
out of
Liquid
gas
was
in a
low on
lot of rounds
low on
so
cash,
far,
you know?
All it takes is one, and they hit OT.
That's always going to be the problem. For OpTic, they might start to feel the tension build bit by bit, but at the end of the day, they are still ahead by such a significant amount. This pause, Nivera is the hero of some earlier rounds. Yumpy stepping it up here in his tour de force. What's going to be leading this round around the mid peaks, looking for some duels. But obviously,
Yay
if you're
changes
on
position
OpTic,
to
you're
B
fully aware
main.
that this is in play.
But this is pretty defaulty setup from OpTic.
You're also seeing
They just play on
a fair amount
contact
of
right here. I
utility
like
in the
this.
mid just in case EA is there. If you're taking over this control, you
And this time, the star on B main is actually for a smoke. Like if you pay attention to the B main smoke, it doesn't leak onto side.
don't want to risk this man finding a hell of a lot of value. And actually, I think that's both Prowlers already gone for Soulcast. So very worried about this push coming through. Instead, he's taken deep B control, and now they set up into A.
You also have Demasic, ult online, so he's lurking outside B, and with all this utility and the Prowlers going through, and now they look at a
Oof.
push, that might just get the push to come out of Ye. If he swings a little wide, it could be massive.
Yeah, that's a massive push. This is actually pretty well done by Liquid, but this is like it's like a brute force, you know? It's like a brute force. This is a save, right? Yeah.
For upgrade to cards, it's still worth attempting to remove some of this weaponry for Liquid. Anybody they can kill off is a gun that's going to be gone for the next round, but OpTic are holding strong, and this is why they've been quite lucky to avoid. Yeah, he's just wiped out.
OpTic knows going where to look.
That was really well done by Liquid, I have to admit. Like it was a very simple push, but it was effective. What is interesting here is that OpTic doesn't opt OpTic doesn't opt to play Ye's ultimate and play double ops. They could have done it. Like give a gun to another player in OpTic, you know, give the operator to anyone else, and then Ye gets the ultimate. Because Nivera doesn't have the ultimate this round. This is like a perfect opportunity, right? And it's interesting. I'm not saying it's a mistake. I'm just saying it's interesting because Victor is playing with a stinger, right?
said, only one mistake needed. And so far, they've done a great job avoiding Ye. But one round, he's going to get his sights on a player, and that's where things can just take a turn for the worse.
5 in a row now for Liquid. Again, they've got this lurk. A different player this time, and they
A little bit of damage.
now bear in mind, you do have Scream
Joke's
with that
over,
running
you
back,
dead.
going straight through, but Ye almost avoiding him at this stage. Not trying
Oh,
to find him,
Jesus
getting with the
Christ,
no-scope,
man.
but they are pushing
Oh
into this
my
man's crosshairs.
God.
But it's only a trade out. It still gives the space back for a couple of players to peek in. However,
3 versus 3
the sun
advantage
has
towards
gone the way of
attackers.
Liquid
And
once
they
again.
have Solka's ultimate.
He's so late getting around here. It's being spotted for, though. Finesse.
How did FNS... Did he hear him?
But
Let me
it's only
check.
a trade out. It's still he'll get him with the back, going straight through.
Yeah, he hears him.
Almost avoiding him.
Oh my God, look at the positioning. FNS hears him from this point on.
Avoiding him at this stage. Not trying to find him, he'll get him with the no-scope, and they
Oh
are
my
pushing
God, he
into
got
this
so
man's
much
crosshairs.
info.
But it's only a trade out. It still gives the space back.
So FNS
for a couple of
knows that
players
he's
to
gonna
peek in.
have a player here
However,
coming in
the
from
site has
spawn.
gone the way of
Look,
Liquid once again.
this is so well done.
He's so late getting around here. It's being spotted for, though. Finesse, wise to his tricks, has now caught the kill and main control. Team Liquid sectioned into the site. Nightfall on each side, thrown out. Solkas in trouble. He had a prowler on him, but the awful screen on the backside is taking kill after kill. The clutch player of Crashies, he's been so damn good, but this time it's not happening. Team Liquid are on
Going
the
a little
way
bit
back.
1 by 1.
11-8. And OpTic
Seashore, thank you much for the 9 months. Welcome back. Hope everything is well. Everything is well, brother. Thank you much for asking. What could have OpTic done differently here during this retake? Let's think. They go with a 3v2. They have one shock dart, so that doesn't really do much. They have a seize, doesn't really do much. They have one prowler and the recon arrow. Do they use the recon arrow as they use to clear short angles? They don't have any smokes, so they just go 1 by 1 and just die. That is very unfortunate. That's my biggest gripe with this. They just go 1 by 1. They're not prepared for the trade. Look, Marved goes first contact when the one player is still marked and the other one is not even close to being on site. Like that's the mistake that OpTic did here. Nothing else. It's just like going 1 by 1.
Even with Ye being on the right side, even with Victor being able to push through and hit a timing, and that's the thing. That was their sort of riskier purchase. Now they come in with purely SM.
And this is the round they win. Oh my God, dude. 2 Stingers, 1 Spectre, ultimate from Ye. Does just Ye get like 3 kills or something?
A tour de force for Ye.
Great flash, follow through. He's got the control, the ability to TP out. Can't go too
Oh
much
wow.
around that corner, but he's
Oh
gonna extend all
wow.
the way. The shot out,
He overextended a little
connection,
bit, but there's no one should be fighting with him mid. I like this
Sticking
decision
around,
from
but as that
Dimasik
timer
here.
ticks, some players could come into lane.
Like no one should be
He's gonna have
fighting
to
with
fall
him.
back.
Everyone should just avoid his position like completely. And he knows that. Look how he's gambling. He just left mid because he knows that people are just so fucking afraid. They will just not go mid. That is actually crazy when you think about it. There's so much respect given to not only Chamber with the ultimate, but also it's just fucking Ye. So you just don't want to go mid. He's mid. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go somewhere else. And because of that, Ye just goes like, yeah, they're not gonna go through mid. They're just fucking afraid.
There's a chance for them, but you want Ye to stay alive and to keep having these opportunities to take duels.
Ah, never mind.
So
Oh, good. Why is Solkas going like alone here?
He's gonna
What
get
the
the information
fuck?
and the spam through, but the flash leaves him blind.
I didn't hear anyone else. Oh my God. What is this flash, brother? What is this flash, man? We already checked this fucking smoke. There's a guy. There's a Sova lineup that scans the back area of site. There is, but there wasn't the point of that arrow. That arrow that they did for the retake was to check those angles here so they can go onto site.
Still there, they're going to make their move in towards this B site instead. The whole team going through. Finesse has been able to find one through the smoke, and Crashies at the back of the site has been hard to beat. Even still, though, the IGL is stepping up. What is that from Finesse? He still has a teammate
Don't
at the
peek,
back of the site as
Crashies.
well. And
Now you should have
rotation
peeked. Now it's too late. Unlucky.
Finesse has done enough.
unlucky, but he still got like a half.
Even came in. You saw the shock dart trying to hunt Demasik down. Now the last man alive.
Don't peek now, yeah.
Much longer, 3
That is so well done. Like the player from Crashes just doesn't peek in correct decisions. He didn't peek also in the correct when he should have peeked, he didn't peek, but when he shouldn't have peeked, he didn't peek. So overall, he played well. Yeah, exactly. Another round from Crashes staying alive. 100%. He bought the time for FNS to get the kills. Essentially, like, it's so important. Look. It's so important. FNS gets this random kill on Scream because Scream, I don't know. Weird. Right now, Crashes is baiting for himself, right? Like, he gets the tag, tries to get the attention, and this is where FNS peaks because the attention is on Crashes. Crashes doesn't peek. Now FNS hides, right? No, never mind. He just gets the kill. But it's, in general, it's just like, Crashes did a job even without doing anything.
Finesse has done enough.
in favor of previous map and they closed it out right away.
Czy wiesz, dlaczego większość traderów giełdowych traci pieniądze lub nie osiąga ponadprzeciętnych wyników? Ponieważ wszyscy konsumują te same informacje,
They actually took an
słuchają tych
ad.
samych youtuberów, czytają te same wiadomości,
They actually took our
lub
ad from
korzystają z
someone
tych samych
else
analiz technicznych, wierząc, że daje im to
and
przewagę
just
nad
made
innymi
and just
traderami.
translated it. So you can't
Pomyśl
like
tylko,
you cannot
czy
listen to
można
this
zyskać
shit.
przewagę, gdy wszyscy konsumują te same informacje?
What the
Absolutnie
fuck
nie.
is this? Holy shit, bad. Holy fuck, you couldn't understand that shit because they were speaking at the same time with almost the same volume. Gets the tag on on the chamber only. Okay, so they might all think that this is actually an A push. But they have the control, and Demasik gets deleted in his position. Holy shit. He TP'd over the box and Marv still gets him. Like, what the fuck? How do you... Just had to be a flick. Oh my, yeah, dead. And 280s. Oh my god. Oh, actually 180. What the hell? Yeah, GG, bro.
And now Navira and Yumpy 2v5 to keep them in the upper bracket.
Team Liquid put up one hell of a fight on the way back in, but OpTic have looked so good on these last two maps. Sure, they maybe lost the rhythm for a little bit.
Yeah, the smokes from the Astro are not good, but I think it's all because of the fact that he's just putting the stars for different purposes. So they're like okay with the bad smoke because it's multi-purpose. No replay on the Demasik kill? No, okay. I mean, all in all, I actually think this was a nice map. I think OpTic got a little bit too loose on defense, and they made some incorrect decision making on defense, but overall they played really well. I really like the way they played on attack. They read it so well. They had so many good like basic setups, but they just worked. And Liquid is just inting left and fucking right. Nothing changed. So yeah, easy to punish teams like that, you know? Easy to punish teams like that.